While we're waiting, good morning, everyone. My name is Michael Codega. I'm with the University of Tennessee Center for Industrial Services. And we are not part of the academic institution, as my predecessor is. We are part of the public outreach section of the university. As a land-grant university, we're required to have a public outreach section. No one knows who we are. There's 175 of us across the state, and we give back to the public. I'm going to talk a little bit about our Export Acceleration Program, which is not our Export Acceleration Program, but it's a national program. And all of you here may be expert and seasoned exporters, in which case I don't think so. So some of the information I have hopefully will be of value. Just a bit of background. During an introduction, I spent about 11 years with the third largest wood window and door manufacturer in the world. And we were very vertically integrated from land leases, logging, through rough mills. I even know what New Zealand radiata is, right? So there you go. And unlike Bucky, I have no graphs. So let's talk a little bit about us first. We are part of the National Institute of Standards and Technology Manufacturing Extension Partnership. And so this is a nationwide program that's run under the U.S. Department of Commerce. There are about 1,300 people like me around the country, and we interact with about 25,000 manufacturers each year. The University of Tennessee runs the Manufacturing Extension Program here in the state, and we do manufacturing excellence. That's lean, operational excellence, Six Sigma quality systems. We do government contracting. We teach folks how to sell to regional, state, and national government organizations. We run the OSHA Training Institute for the Southeast U.S. and do safety and preparedness training for many municipalities and counties and industries in the country or in the state. Energy efficiency and environmental management, and then economic development. So that's what we do as an organization. Brief commercial. We did about 5,000, we trained about 5,000 individuals last year, assisted over 700 companies in the state, and created about $1.6 billion in economic impact, and that's the only measure that we have. We're not looking for revenue, we're a not-for-profit organization, we're not looking for anything other than to help people gain economic advantage. There's about 50 of us or so covering the state. We work with higher education institutions all across the state. These are resources that we can tie into relative to expertise. And if we don't know what you need, then we can find it through our national network or through our university systems. And we partner with a number of organizations, several of which are in the room helping today. So let's talk about ExportTech. And again, I have a very short presentation, so we'll let you get off to break. ExportTech is a export acceleration program that is administered nationally. It is, again, governed under our national organization, and its sole purpose is to assist those who would like to, or are moderately, or accidentally, or sometimes moderately involved in export. It is a strategy and business development process. Simply put, we are putting a group of folks in the room, just a few companies, 4 to 6 to 8 maximum, and we are putting you in the room with the experts that you need in the region that you're in to be able to accelerate your export program. There's 195 countries in the world, right? So if we take China out, right, take the US out, and probably Canada if you're shipping wood products, there's 192 countries that are still available for you to expand your wood and forest products into. And it's not just training, it's not just training and education. It is actually an interactive program where we ask you to build a business plan, and is vetted by top export experts, and they're harsh critics in many cases. We offer at least one program a year in the state, and there are multiple programs across the country and adjacent states as well. Looks something like this. There are really 3 sessions. Each one is about a month apart. The first one is where we do a little bit of lecturing, but mostly we're getting you introduced to all of the key resources in the room, if you will. And all of those resources are there gratis. All of them come of their own volition. We don't pay them. You don't pay them. They're there because they want to help you to accelerate your export program. And they are the best of the best in every resource you might need. And if the resource that you don't need isn't there, or that you need isn't there, we will find them and make sure you're connected to them. And so we employ students to be able to do the market research for you. So we'll bring in faculty and students from the nearest university in terms of marketing, and they will work on doing your market research for you. So you leave the first session and you say, okay, I've picked a couple of companies, or I want to validate a couple of countries. And they will do the market research for your products in that particular country and bring that to you, so that the second session you come in, and this is where we begin developing the actual business plan. And so we'll go through a number of introductions and discussions from each of the key resources, talking about internet protocol, for example, talking about in various countries, talking about cultural acclimation. You don't want to use the term Nova, Chevy Nova in Mexico, right? No, it doesn't go. Those types of things and how you interact in different countries. Legal, intellectual property, banking, financing. The SBA will come in and talk about Incoterms. Ex-Im Bank comes in and talks about their loan and lien process and insurance. So there's all of the experts assemble in the room and go through all of those programs with you. We have logistics providers that are providing information relative to export, similar to what John just talked about. Then you go away, you create your plan, you come back, and the third day is where each company presents their plan, and they present it to all the other companies, and they present it to the panel, another panel of experts, where it's vetted. And these folks don't hold no holds barred. They will say, that's great, or that isn't going to work, go back to the drawing board. By the time the program is over, you come out with Gold Key representation, and that's funded partially through FedEx, one of our partners. The U.S. Commercial Service is a key partner with us in this endeavor. They will have contacted these countries already and set up visits for you relative to the Gold Key, and they will also have vetted the program for you as well. So you come out with a business plan. It's financially viable. You know what you're going to sell, where you're going to sell it, and you'll have partners that are set up in the countries of choice that you have interest in accelerating your exports. So why is it different? Well, you come out with a plan. It's a solid plan, and we follow up with you to help you implement that plan. It's very intensive and it's very structured. These three sessions are long days. There's a lot of work in between, and each company is assigned an expert coach. Again, these are free, and the coaches help you get through your export plan, and a lot of the work, again, is done by student interns in terms of the research. Again, we're connecting you to a wide variety of regional resources. I've held programs in East Tennessee, Mid Tennessee, and in this region here, and there are mostly different people that participate in the different regions. We want somebody that's right in your backyard. And these experts exist all across the state. We work in conjunction with the district export councils to get seasoned and experienced exporters to be there to answer your questions and work with you. Our partners include the export councils, the state trade offices. FedEx is a key funding partner for us. All the universities, SBDCs, SBA, logistic companies, consultants, XM and regional banks participate with us. City governments and county governments in some cases, intellectual property attorneys, and a whole pile of other economic development organizations. The state of Tennessee has an export, an international branch, and they are partners with us as well in this, and they provide resources before and after the program. Some of the results: about 173 programs have been completed in 33 states. with over 900 companies, and this is about a year old, so we've done a few more across the country. We see average increases of sales between $500,000 and $700,000. 2013, we had a program in Knoxville, and one of the participants there, Nanotechnologies, actually increased their sales by $1.2 billion. They went on to be the national winner for that particular year. Actually, the owner just sold the company for a lot, so good for them. These are typically small and medium-sized companies. We're not talking about working with International Paper or any of the large firms. They have their own internal resources. They export all day long. We might bring IP in for advice, but these are all small and medium-sized companies. And we've done over $400 million in sales increase and about 70% return rate. There's about 20% that maintain even, and about 10% that lose a little bit. So very, very good success rate. And we look at new to export companies. We look at moderate or export reactors, or we look at those who are successful in exporting but would like to expand to different countries. It's a great program, and it's available about once a year in the state of Tennessee. And if you are from an adjacent state, except for Mississippi, all of our partners in each of the states offers this program. And Arkansas is actually doing about 4 a year now. So see us if you're interested. I can put you in touch with the regional partner in your state, or if you're a Tennessean, I'm your guy. So thank you. We appreciate your attention, and enjoy the conference.